Follow us on social media, Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget to like. Presents. I think my expectations of this film were probably too high. Well, maybe not high, I just was expecting something different. I didn't hate the movie, but I didn't like it. It's just a movie that I'll probably never watch again. And it's kind of disappointing because I really love Steven Soderbergh's films. There's a lot of interesting things about the film. One thing that makes it difficult for me to watch, but I understand why they went about this visual choice, is the POV. I'm not a big fan of the POV or the found footage films. I really enjoy when a film has compositional framing to it, but that's just a personal preference. But for this film, the POV perspective makes a lot of sense. In the beginning of the film, it makes me think that it must be really boring to be a ghost. And for some reason, ghosts, they just like chilling in spooky places, like just hanging out in your closet until you feel like making yourself known. Especially when a new family moves in, when you're in a specific place, right? A new family moves in and you're existing there as the ghost. Kind of like Beetlejuice, where Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis, I forget the actress that plays the wife, the couple, basically when that couple dies and then the Dietzes move into their house and like, how do we get rid of these people? It must be weird to have these uninvited roommates, but it's not like you can really do anything about it. You're dead. You're a ghost. Anyways, and then when the family is dysfunctional on top of that, when they got like family issues and you kind of observing it on like a fly on the wall, like at some point you just kind of just be chilling, right? You know, ghosts don't sleep. At least I didn't get that impression. I have a question for you guys if you saw the film, but first a quick commercial break. The Stars and Stripes Freedom Deck ships exclusively in the United States. Available on eBay and Etsy, link in the description below. Okay, so if you saw the film, you know who the villain of the film is. And I felt like that was the most uninteresting part of the film. Like, it was a nice crime mystery thriller arc when you kind of reveal what happened to this ghost, how the ghost became the ghost. And you see that is a cycle that is going to repeat potentially for this other girl, Chloe. And you learn that this ghost is kind of like a guardian angel, a guardian ghost. And at times it seems like you don't know if it's jealous or if it's a friend or a foe. But my one main problem, the thing that bothers me the most, is that when you see the villain, or when that ghost actually does something about the villain, it kind of makes me think back earlier to when we see the villain in the very beginning of the film. I guess not in the beginning, but when they do introduce the villain early on. It's like, you knew this guy was a problem the whole time. Why didn't you start using your poltergeist powers as soon as this guy came in? Like, every time that guy would come around, if I was a ghost, I would be poltergeisting the house and freak out the family, because the ghost made itself known to the family at a certain point, and then the whole family understands, all right, this house, we got a guest, or maybe we're the guests. But either way, we're not in this house alone, right? So it's like, why couldn't you do that every time when this Ryan guy came around? Why wouldn't you just disturb the presence every time he came over? If every time he came over, you disturbed the presence, you started poltergeisting your presence, I feel like the family or someone in the family would have caught on and been like, you know, every time you come over, this presence really throws a fit. That to me would just be a sign. If they already acknowledge that you exist as the ghost in the house, why wouldn't they acknowledge that when a specific person comes over, and if you're just throwing your ghost tantrum, disturbs this ghost? Maybe there's something wrong with that guy. Anyways, for as much as I didn't really care for the movie, like I said, I didn't hate it, but I just don't like it. It's not going to be in my list of movies that I'll ever recommend to anybody. But I will say the ending was very strong. It's not something I was seeing coming, where we get this Tyler reveal in the ancient mirror. That was pretty trippy. It was also pretty heartbreaking. But other than that, I don't really care for this film. Follow us on Twitter at @Ghettoplex_MP4, on Instagram at Ghettoplex.mp4, and subscribe to us on YouTube at Ghettoplex. Support the channel. Buy the Stars and Stripes Freedom Deck, America's playing cards, available exclusively in the USA. Available from La Casa Loca on eBay and Etsy.